نحمده ونصلي ونسلم على رسوله الكريم أما بعد وأعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم قال الله تبارك وتعالى في كتابه الكريم وأتموا الحج والعمرة لله صدق الله العظيم وصدق رسوله النبي الأمين المختار الكريم ونحن على ذلك لمن الشاهدين والشاكرين والحمد لله رب العالمين. इंतहाई मोहतरम और मुकर्रम मेरे बुजुर्गों नौजवान साथियों, सबसे पहले हम और आप मिलकर इंतहाई अदब व एहतराम के साथ आकाए नामदार हम सब के ताजदार हुजूर ख़ातमुल मुरसलीन रहमतुल लिल आलमीन सल्लल्लाहु अलैहि वसल्लम की बारगाह में मिलकर दुरूद पाक का हदिया पेश करें और पढ़ें। अल्लाहुम्मा सल्लि अला सय्यिदिना व शफीइना व मौलाना मुहम्मदिन मअदिनिल जूदि वल करम व आलिहि व सहबिहि व बारिक व सल्लिम। Last Friday we tried to understand the importance of Hajj very briefly. But this topic is such which requires a lot of attention from the Ummah. With the attention it does require we can class it as caring about the pillars of Islam. Many times the imbalance that we can observe around us, not just around us, within ourselves and our lives, we'll realize that when you look at the time we spend, when you look at the money we spend, when you look at the resources that we use for the worldly and materialistic life, they are far more than what we use for the deen. Suppose a person, if he has to attend a wedding, which is very important, then the individual will make sure that he is off from work on that day. The person will make sure that he has a right outfit for that day. And he's going to make sure he wakes up on time, he gets ready on time, and he leaves house on time. This is the dunya that we try and look at. But meanwhile, it could be the same individual when it comes to performing Fajr Salah in summer. He has no way to wake up. The first thing, the Fajr time begins at, suppose, 2 o'clock, let's say. He cannot stay awake till 2 o'clock. Fajr time ends by 5 or quarter to 5. He cannot wake up that early because he has to go to work at 7 o'clock or 8 o'clock. Now, how should he balance his life then? The simple answer to that is, the way when you have any dunyavi affair to attend, any worldly thing to make time for, and you will gladly and with efforts you'll make time for it, you also have to make time for the deeni affairs which are far more important than your affairs of dunya. If you miss attending any wedding, there is no question on the day of Qiyamah that why you did not attend that wedding. But if you miss Salah, on the day of Qiyamah, Allah is going to question you about it. Likewise, the person who is glad to spend on anything and everything, if he is reluctant to act upon one of the pillar of Islam, which is Hajj, On the day of Qiyamah, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is going to question him. Why? And Hajj is so important that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says that Hajj and Umrah, وَأَتِمُّ الْحَجَّ وَالْعُمْرَةَ لِلَّهِ. Perform Hajj and Umrah for the sake of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. A Hadith Pak says, and the mafhum and summary of the Hadith, that a time will come when people will perform Hajj for different reasons, for several reasons. The reason to perform Hajj and Umrah will not be solely and only to please Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. What will be the purpose? Hadith Pak says, Hadith Pak mein Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam ne irshad farmaya ke Salatin और बादशाह तफरीह की नीयत से हज करेंगे. Salatin, the leaders, and the kings, they will perform Hajj not because they want to perform Hajj as a enjoyment, to take some joy out of that journey, not to please Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. In today's day and age, you know, these leaders, when they go for Hajj and Umrah, Allah knows their intention, but the visuals that we see, there, they don't look like the servants of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. They are walking about and doing the tawaf in full security. Mataf is being emptied for them so they can very comfortably walk about and do their tawaf. And here we say that एक ही सफ में खड़े हो गए महमूद व अयाज, न कोई बंदा रहा न कोई बंदा नवाज. In the masjid, doesn't matter who comes, whether it's a leader, whether it's somebody who's working under him, they stand together. But then we also see the leaders, when they go perform Hajj, perform Umrah, they put their show there. Is this the way you want to, treat the house of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala? And then another problem we have, and many people will find this a bitter pill. You have some people who claim to be Sufis, who claim to be Sunni, and who claim to be the people of spiritualism. If a Peer goes for Hajj or Umrah, they'll be taking photos of Peer in front of Gumbad-e-Khazra. Peer Sahib is making dua. Peer Sahib is doing salam. Peer Sahib is doing tawaf. That Peer has gone there to worship Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and you making the show out of it. Allah says here, وَأَتِمُّ الْحَجَّ وَالْعُمْرَةَ لِلَّهِ. Perform the Hajj and Umrah for the sake of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. It is Peer's duty, it is that leader's duty to make sure when he visits the house of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, he is seen equal. He is seen as everyone else. Who is going to kill him in front of Kaaba? So he's afraid that he needs this security in front of the house of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. That's the reason. And another thing that we see, when people are visiting, either they go for Hajj, they go for Umrah, eyes are closed, cameras are open. Yes, everybody, as soon as they even enter or about to enter in Mataf, phone is out. Where are your eyes? Is the Kaaba, the holy house of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and the resting place of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, is it for your camera or for your eyes to see? Imagine that if Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam is in front of you, which is not, possible now physically, would you pull out your phone and start taking photo and video? Ma'azallahi Rabbil Alameen. Eyes is something that you capture everything in. So Hajj is such a great journey which has to be done to please Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So we got sidetracked. Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam stated that these leaders, they will go and perform Hajj just to get joy out of it. फिर जो मालदार हैं, गनी लोग तिजारत की गरज से हज करेंगे. They'll go and perform Hajj and they'll have some deals to make there. We see today, people have businesses. I am staying in Jeddah for 2 days. I've got a business meeting and then I'll move to Mecca and perform Hajj. This happens. On my way to Hajj, I have 2 days stay in Dubai. I have to look after my properties and then I'll go to Mecca and perform Umrah. This is the way. So where is this complete, journey only and solely for the house of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and to visit Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam? Yes, it's going away. Why? Because we are trying to mix our religious aspects, our religious practices with our business in such a way that we do not want to lose either of them. What we want to do, we want to keep the money and keep that, income going, as well as we want to please Allah. How can you have both of them? You have to take the pose. You have to leave everything when you present yourself in the court of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Now look at one of the narrations. Let me complete this and we'll move on, inshallah. And then Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam stated that the fuqara, people who are poor, तो वो हज के लिए जाएंगे भीख मांगने की गरज से. The poor people will go to Hajj and they will beg around. They'll be begging there because their intention is to reach there. And there are millions of people there will do sual there. Ask people to help us. You'll see many people there. I've lost my passport. I don't have this. I don't have that. I need 200 riyal. Can you help me? Some of them are professionals. There could be genuine ones, but you'll find many people who are in Makkah and Medina begging around. Whereas Prophet ﷺ, he taught us, Al-Yadul Ulya khayrun min yadis sufla. The upper hand is better than the lower hand. Giving is better than begging. आप इंडिया में देखें, पाकिस्तान में देखें, the majority of the people who are begging, you'll find them, they're Muslims. Why? Because we have become lazy. We just want to go around, ask people for the, givings and live on that. Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam taught us otherwise. We lost the path. And then Hadith Pak says, and what I was mentioning about the peers and those celebrities and personalities, Huzur farmate hain ki ulama shohrat ki wajah se hajj karenge. When they will go, the scholars, these famous personalities, when they will visit the house of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, then their intention would be that they become the center of attention. I have seen people, they are sitting in Masjid Nabawi. Where are they sitting? Masjid Nabawi, in front of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. And suddenly they see some famous person is coming, a famous alim or famous YouTuber or somebody who people love. As soon as they see him, they start to run towards him. Allahu Akbar. Where are you sitting? You forgot that you are sitting in front of whom? Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Who is greater than Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam? Not only in Medina, in the entire world. Among the creation, it's Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. You are sitting in Masjid al-Nabawi, and then you have people who come as celebrities in the Masjid of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Huzur Akram sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he told us that this will happen. The time will come, and people will do that. Therefore, the intention, and especially the brothers and sisters who are going for Hajj, the intention should be only and solely to worship Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and to visit Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. The intention shouldn't be that, how am I going to go for shopping? Where am I going to go for shopping? what I need to buy, make a list that I need to give this to these individuals. Giving gift is sunnah, no problem. When you are going for Hajj, this list that you are taking shouldn't kill the purpose of pleasing Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Bring the gifts, no problem. But your time every day, you shouldn't be in shopping, going around and hunting for the best bargain in the city of Medina and Makkatul Mukarram. You can do that hunting here. You'll have plenty of time to do that. When you are there, every single moment, every single second counts. And therefore, you should be prepared to please Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. This is the way when you go for Hajj. When a person performs Hajj like that, Bukhari and Muslim, they have quoted a hadith from Sayyidina Abu Huraira radiyallahu ta'ala anhu. They say that Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, he stated, Al-Hajjul Mabruru laysa lahu jazaun illa al-Jannah. Hajj Mabrur. What is Hajj Mabrur? When a person, he performs Hajj, looking after all the boundaries of Allah and His Rasul sallallahu ta'ala alayhi wa sallam, Prophet alayhi salatu wasalam says that the jaza and the reward of Hajj Mabrur is nothing but Jannah. Which means, when a person completes his Hajj, he should have this faith in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that his destination is Jannah. Allah is going to grant him Jannatul Firdaus. Subhanallah. Hazrat Sayyidina Umar ibn Khattab radiyallahu ta'ala anhu, a narration has been mentioned about Sayyidina Umar, that once Hazrat Umar ibn Khattab radiyallahu ta'ala anhu was between Safa and Marwa. And he sees a group of people who were on their camels. They came, they did the tawaf of the house of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and they were doing sa'i of Safa and Marwa. When they were doing sa'i of Safa and Marwa, Sayyidina Umar ibn Khattab met them, and he asked them that, why have you come to the house of Allah? In Haram, why have you come? What is the purpose? What is the reason? And then Hazrat Umar said, have you come to do any business? Have you come to collect any inheritance from any of your relatives in Makkah that you may have to? And then because you are in Makkah, you are performing tawaf and you are performing the sa'i of Safa and Marwa. The reply they gave, the group of people, they said that Umar, we haven't come for any other purpose. We haven't come to do any business. We haven't come to collect any inheritance. The only reason we have come is to perform our Hajj. Hazrat Umar ibn Khattab radiyallahu ta'ala anhu, he said to them that now start doing your actions as you are a new person. What does that mean? The books you had in the past, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has cleaned and wiped them, because when a person performs Hajj for the sake of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala turns him as he was born on that day, and he has no sins in his account. Subhanallah. Which means, when you go for Hajj, you should have the complete and faith in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala's mercy, that after I complete my Hajj, after I return to my house, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has forgiven me, and I have to start my life as a new Muslim who has nothing in his account but to please Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Imagine, a question is raised by people that how do we know that our Hajj is accepted and it is completed the way Allah and His Rasul has commanded? How can we say that? A very simple answer that the scholars have given, and the observation that they have presented in front of people, that when a person comes from Hajj, when he returns, if his life has changed, the way he used to live, the way he used to conduct, and the way he used to treat people, if that has changed, which means Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has accepted his Hajj. Because imagine you perform the Hajj, you spend 20,000, 24,000 pounds as a couple, and you come back from there, and you're still not punctual in your salah. You still are harsh to your family members. You still are not talking to your brothers and sisters. You still have cut people off from your family and from your connections. How do you expect that all your past sins have been forgiven by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala? So this is the way. When you go for Hajj, your heart has to be clean. When you leave from your house, you leave as somebody who is ready to transform himself. The beginning is before you even leave. Forgive those who have harmed you. Forgive those who have hurt you. And those who have cut the ties with you, you should connect your ties with them. And I mention this on regular basis, that those who keep up with us, those who are good with us, keeping up with them is not a great thing, not a big thing. Yes, it is rewarding. But then the Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam stated that those who cut the ties with you, you should connect with them. And they said, I don't want to talk to you. I have nothing to do with you. You go to them. Say sorry to them. Doesn't matter whether it's your fault or their fault. Be the one who is the wise, who is the one who is that acting upon the command of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and tell them that I would like to keep up with you. We have people who don't talk to their mother. Imagine. We have people who have no connections with their mothers for years. They don't talk to them. Subhanallah. Your mother is the one who gave you the birth. She is the reason that why you are in this dunya. Allah made her the mean for you and for your existence in this dunya, and you are not talking to her. Even if it's her fault. Even if she has violated your rights, you still have to go to her and look after her. Why? Because many of the young people, they'll be like, Maulana, she does this to me, she does this to my wife. What she does to you and your wife, she has to answer to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. What you do to her, you have to answer to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. आप अपनी माँ से बात नहीं करते हैं क्योंकि माँ ने जुल्म किया है, तो माँ ने जो जुल्म किया है वो तो अल्लाह उससे सवाल करेगा, लेकिन तुम्हारा अपनी माँ से बात न करना, इसका जवाब अल्लाह को कैसे दोगे तुम? और फिर हज को जाते हैं, उम्रा करने जाते हैं, लंबी लंबी जो है ट्रिपें लगाते हैं उम्रा और हज की. कैसे कबूल हुआ? जब हमने अपने रिश्तों को ही तोड़ के रखा है. जिसे हुजूर ने फरमाया कि वो जो तुमसे रिश्ता तोड़े उसके साथ तुम रिश्ता जोड़ो. जिसने जोड़ के रखा है उसके साथ रिश्ते रखना ये तो कोई बड़ी बात नहीं है, वो तो सभी रखते हैं, लेकिन जिसने तोड़ा है उसके साथ रिश्ता रखो. तो ये होता है असल ईमान और असल हज के लिए प्रिपरेशन का तरीका. आगे एक चीज़ और बयान कर दूँ, उसके बाद फिर अपनी बात को मैं ख़त्म करता हूँ. There's a hadith of Rasulullah alayhi salatu wasalam in Tirmizi Sharif, and this again pondering upon the point I mentioned last Jummah. When a person performs Hajj, he has become very expensive, yes, we all know that. But when a person spends his money for the sake of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam stated that by performing Hajj, his wealth does not decrease. In fact, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala takes the poverty away from him. If he was poor, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will make him ghani. Ulama say, Hajj karo, maldar ho jao. Mafhum of hadith, in simple words, Hajj karo, maldar ho jao. Go for Hajj, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will make you rich. You invest in all sorts of things. Many times our youth, when they are investing in stocks and all these new things, they don't even realize that whether it's halal or haram. The company I'm investing in, they are dealing with interest or not. The crypto that I'm investing in, whether it's halal or haram. All of these things we do. Invest in the best way, go for Hajj. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will give you much more. According to some hadith, it's been mentioned that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will replace for him that money that he has spent to visit the house of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, Allah will give him 70 times more. 70 मरतबा अल्लाह उसमें इजाफा अता फरमा के उसको उसकी दौलत अता फरमा। ये हज जो है बहुत अहम चीज़ है। ये कोई पिकनिक की जगह नहीं। हर साल बंदा उम्रे को जाता है, जाए और खूब मोहब्बत से जाए। Every year if somebody is blessed to visit the Holy Land, you should go. But each time you go, each time you prepare yourself, then prepare yourself as you are going for the first time and last time. Take it as the blessings of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that you are going to visit the house of Allah and visit the shrine of Rasul Akram sallallahu alaihi wasallam once again. And go with utmost respect. Do not make Haramain Tayyibain a picnic point. A point where you go and do shopping and spend a week or so and come back. No. These places are holy. These were the places where Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam and his companions, they walked in those streets. The very masjid that you will be in is the place where Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam used to lead the salah. Is the place where Hazrat Sayyidina Abu Bakr Siddiq radiallahu ta'ala anhu used to lead the salah. All these great companions, they were there inside the masjid. When you are in the masjid, you should have those feelings. You should have those vibes in you. And phones, use your eyes. That's the best camera. Because eyes takes everything directly, sends into your heart. Allah Ta'ala हम सबको अमल की तौफीक अता फरमाए। जितने भी हमारे भाई हज के लिए जा रहे हैं, जितनी बहनें हज के लिए जा रही हैं, अल्लाह ताला उन सबके सफ़र में कामयाबियाँ अता फरमाए। बाअदब सफ़र हरमैन उनको अता फरमाए। व मा अलैना इल्लल बलाग। अस्सलामु अलैकुम।